Good morning, my people. Just want to have a little chat with you and tell you something that happened over the past couple of weeks. If you remember very carefully, about a few years ago, and I continue to bring it to your attention, I told you that it seems that at night, that if someone is bothering me, like putting their dick up my ass, and I know it was not a physical person, and I attributed what was happening to me to people like Richard Ross using the demonic forces. And they were using them to bother me because they were trying to induce me into homosexuality. And because I was not getting involved in homosexuality as they wanted me to, they think that they could get me accustomed to being buggered, and I don't know what they were trying to do. However, at one point in my life, about 2016, I was not sleeping because I didn't like the experience I was experiencing when I was asleep. And I brought it to the Most High God's attention. The Most High said, listen to me. You have to find out what is happening. And if you stay awake, you cannot find out what is happening. So, I start going to sleep and try to find out what is happening and try to find out how to stop it. So I came up with certain things that would have stopped it in a kind of way, but not fully. It only means that the impact they were having on me was lessened. And then the Most High God showed me something, and when I did this, it purged my entire system. And on Sunday night, I passed by this location where I normally pass, and I broke off a piece of mint that the people had there, because I like to put the mint on my bed when I am sleeping, and this helped one of those demonic forces that will come. So when I got there and I broke off the mint, Richard Ross and his people had an African American man coming out of the basement stairway of the Kenneth Hang Administration Center, a place that is restricted for the public. This is one of those guys who get involved in homosexuality in prison and is now the white man's slaves, and he's doing the white man bidding. So when he came up there, he said, what are you doing? I say, are you a herbalist? I said, no, I'm not a herbalist, and I was going on my way. And he tell me, what do you use for internal parasites? You see, by this time, I have already purged my system, and my system was clean. Richard Ross and them could no longer communicate with me. They could no longer influence my thoughts. And this made them very troubled. They had this guy from the law library. I was in the park praying, and he came, the guy from the law library, because the law library is next to the park. So Richard Ross manifests himself into the demonic form, entered into his buttocks, and he brought him into the park. Then he let out Richard Ross. And Richard Ross himself was trying to communicate with me, and he couldn't communicate with me, and he became very upset. But what made it worse is that now the Most High God had unrestricted access to my mind. There was no more double messaging. And that is why when I bring you last Monday's message, it was so powerful. So this African American guy, he come and bring his problem to me, and I say, man, go and buy a papaya and eat the seeds. That's the best thing to do with parasites. He tell me that the parasites getting so raw that it come all in his head and all kind of thing, because he want to invoke my sympathy for him, so I can tell him what I did to rid my body. I did not even know it's parasites until he brought it up. I say, oh, it's parasites. And then the most I confirm it is, yes, it is parasites. He said, because you have not participated in homosexuality, bestiality, and abortion, and because you were not raped and did not out your rapists, the devils like Richard Ross cannot access and live in your body. So what they do, they cause you to ingest food with parasites. And when those parasites lives in your body, those devils could now inhabit the bodies of those parasites in your stomach, and they can now speak to you in a similar manner that I speak to you, and give you instruction that is nonsensical, that will lead to your own destruction and your own hurt. So after my message on Monday, I felt so good about myself because of the information that I brought forward. I went to Grand Hope Park to pray, and I said, since I'm there, I'm going to use the calisthenics machinery they have in the park. And I did a very hard workout. And when I normally work out like that, I normally go to the Louisiana Fried Chicken on Martin Luther King Boulevard and Vermont and buy myself like about 3 pieces of chicken, 2 pieces of breast and a leg, and I get some bread and I have a feast with it. This is how that establishment operates. They only fry chicken breasts when there is an order for chicken breasts. Wings, legs, and thighs, they fry all the time. So normally when I order 2 chicken breasts, I have to wait until they are finished frying before I get my order. But today, when I went there on Monday, they had the chicken breast waiting for me because they know my regular order, because Richard Ross have already give them the parasite to put in the food. So when most of you going out and eating at restaurants, these wicked people like Richard Ross manipulates those restaurant owners, because in order for their business to be successful and in order for them not to be punished by them, they have to comply with their instructions. So they wanted to reinfest me with parasites. When I went there and I ordered, normally I have to wait 10 minutes for my breast to properly fry. They hand over a bag with food to me, and they put an extra piece of chicken leg in the thing. Something they don't ever do because these people are greedy. I knew immediately something was wrong. And when I took the first bite of the chicken leg, I was walking and eating it by this time, I became upset. My stomach became upset. And I knew that this was bad food. But in my little bag, I have a little concoction that could turn these poisonous food into edible food. So I said, you know what, I ain't wasting my money. I'm going to eat. So I eat the first chicken leg, and I marinated with this little concoction, and it went down well. But the second chicken leg, which they add to it, did not have the poison, the parasite in it. So that went down well even without the concoction that I make up. So when I was on the train, I catch a train to get back down to downtown Los Angeles, an Ethiopian guy came onto the train by the name of Alamin, and there were some white people sitting in the train facing me, and he said, boy, that chicken smells good. So he started talking and so forth, and the white people, which was sent by Richard Ross to watch me, to monitor what's happening, they were excited that I have this chicken that was laced with parasites. So now they will be able to influence my thoughts and to do what they were doing to me before. They were happy, man. However, I didn't have any appetite for the chicken. When I got up for my morning prayer at 11:45, because I pray from 11:45 to about 2 o'clock, what happened? From 11:45 p.m. to 2 a.m., my mind started replaying everything that happened. From me ingesting the thing that killed the parasites in my stomach, to the African American guy who come and tell me about his parasites, to what happened when I eat the chicken leg, everything come back. And the Most High said to me, they are trying to reinfest your stomach with the parasites so that they can talk to you and influence your thoughts. My people, I didn't touch it to chicken breasts. I threw them away. And the first thing I did is that I mixed up another concoction that the Most High God has showed me that purged my stomach and I drank it again. Now, anytime I hurt their feelings, and when I bring messages like I brought on Monday, they became upset. They always send like members of the sheriff's department to watch me, to stake me out. And for the past couple of days, they had an African-American lady, sheriff lady, staking me out. And last night, on my way, my journey, she stopped me. She said, "Hey, I have some things for you." And she had a little gift for me, and she had a bag of food, like food for two. I don't know what was her intention, but which it was, and I'm saying her, think that I am a greedy guy, that she could give me a little gift and induce me into having a meal with her. I don't know if she wanted me to eat with her or what, but all I tell her, listen lady, I don't take gifts from people and I don't eat from people. They wanted me to eat with that girl, and they wanted me to ingest those parasites again to mess up my system. I refused. She said, "No, it's good food," and it had the bill and everything on it. And she started talking to me. And she started talking. But the long and short of it, I refused her gift, and I refused the food because it was too late for me to be eating anyway. It was about what? 9 o'clock. Then she started to play the guilt trip on me, want me to feel guilty that I am refusing the gift. She went out of her way to buy me a gift. She never spoke to me in her entire life. She don't know me. The only thing is that they assign her to me, and I see her on a regular basis when she come and pack up, and it is the first time she's speaking to me, but she's giving me gift, and she's bringing food for me. I am not a reprobate. The African Americans who are reprobates, when they are offered gifts like that, they don't ever refuse it. I'm not a reprobate. I am not going to compromise my safety or my spirituality or my well-being because I'm greedy. I am accustomed to fast for 40 days. I will go for 40 days without fasting. Why would I be manipulated by a gift and some delicious food? No way. My people, so be careful when you go out to restaurants, especially in this America here. And if you have not indulged in homosexuality, bestiality, abortion, or you have not been raped, and then out you rapists, if the Spirit of the Most High God is dwelling with you, these people will do all in their power to try to control you. They will use demonic forces, infest your body with parasites, because the whole objective is to get you to get involved in homosexuality, bestiality, or abortion, so you can become a castaway with them. They don't want to see any of the sons of Noah free. They want to make us all their slaves, and they will do anything in their power to enslave us. Be careful, my people. Be careful. Those reprobates, those brothers and sisters that you have, those cousins and aunts and good friends that you have that are reprobates, they are working against you to see if they can secure your destruction on behalf of the white man. Like this video, share this video, leave a comment on this video, and there are many more videos like this that are right here. My people, my name is Chief Strongblood. I am St. Vincent and the Grenadines, favorite and most hated son. I am the diaspora machismo. I'll talk to you on Friday when we'll do the 7th sounding of the trumpet by the 7th angel.